I mean, come on. I mean, we both. Did you get any shit? I have got nothing but abuse.
Yeah.
Abuse. Oh, yeah. I mean, Khabib and Islam have some very, very passionate followers because I swear to God, on Twitter and stuff like that, people have been going, oh, look at you. Yeah. They think I have something against Dagestanis. They think I'm picking against them because they're Muslim. We both said, I have underestimated Charles Oliveira for the last time. Turns out we shouldn't underestimate Islam Makhachev because he was fucking absolutely sensational. But there was no malice in the pick, you know. Have you been getting flamed?
Yeah, I've been getting just roasted on Twitter, like how stupid I am. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Listen, guys, there was no way for us to know that was going to happen because Islam hasn't fought a legitimate top 5 contender. We could have went on and on and on about how maybe he didn't deserve a title shot because he never beaten anybody in the top 5. He never beaten a former champion, and he was kind of beaten up on lower competition and guys that were great matchups. I love Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker is a beautiful matchup for Islam.
Opponent.
Exactly. He was built for Islam to beat. So it's not that I don't respect his game. It's just the style. So there's no way for us to know that. Plus, he's never been in striking matches like that with high-level guys that can strike. I didn't expect him to drop Oliveira twice. Like, I didn't think he was going to really sit down on his punches like that. That's a new thing that we haven't seen. As an analyst, how the fuck are we supposed to know that's the capability he has on his feet? I thought he looked at it. Almost doesn't give me the opportunity to really big up Islam because I'm defending myself. But at the end of the day, that was one-way traffic. He almost gave no resistance at all. Islam is a goddamn monster. It was one of the most impressive, dominant performances in a title fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, look, listen, Islam was incredible. Simple as that. I thought Charles, I mean, God bless him. That's what we love about Charles, right? He's aggressive and he's fearless. And he went forward, you know, with a jumping karate kick, you know, a spinning kick, whatever the fuck it was. And he was being the aggressor, trying to take Islam down. I thought he made a mistake with the body lock takedown. There's no way Charles is going to take down a wrestler the caliber of Islam Makhachev or one of those guys from Dagestan with the body lock takedown. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I thought Charles did do well in some points. He was able to get back up. He was able to disengage, you know, which is not something other people have been able to do. So he definitely did okay until he got finished. But he clearly got dominated. You know what I mean? Islam, I mean, I think it's true. It might be true. They all said that he's the better version of Khabib. Of course, Javier Mendez, and Khabib says it himself. And of course, Khabib's going to say that because he's a humble guy. But I'm telling you, I don't think I see anyone taking that belt off him anytime soon.
Yeah, I thought the same thing as you when after the fight was over. Like, man, maybe it's not just Khabib bigging up his own guy. Mm-hmm. He might just be telling the truth.
Yeah,
his striking is head and shoulders above Khabib's for sure. And I think it's still yet to be seen with the other high level guys where they're at grappling wise, but so far he's a better finisher. Seemingly he's attacking submissions more. He's more active. He moves better. You know, he fights out of both stances pretty well. I don't anybody at 55. I don't who beats that guy?
I don't know because
Volkanovski might have a decent chance to keep it competitive because of his size, and his strength. You know, he's kind of just a little ball, just a ball of muscle.
And they're hard to get under. They're a nightmare to fight. And because, I mean, Islam was calling him the short guy, wasn't he? But because he is short, the lower center of gravity, you know, and Volkanovski is a strong little bastard, and he's going to be going up a weight class, so he might be even stronger, you know. So yeah, that's an interesting fight.
He might be hard to corner and like cut down, and I don't know. That's an interesting matchup. But as far as like just the guys at 55 that have been dominant and have hung around the top of that division, love Dustin Poirier. Holy shit, I don't see that going well.
No.
Dariush might be a little interesting. Just he's a more calculated striker and pretty good jiu-jitsu guy. You know, he's more calculated on his feet than Charles is for sure. Gaethje. All those guys are going to have a tough time.
They're all going to have a tough time. Simple as that. And Islam Makhachev and Khabib and that whole team did absolutely fantastic. So congratulations to all of them. Charles Oliveira, of course, calling for a rematch afterwards. He said to Dana something to those words. Listen, I get that. Of course, he's going to want to. Everyone wants a rematch. If you lose your belt, of course you want an opportunity to fight for it. But the way the fight went down there's just no way in the world. It wasn't like super close and competitive to where, well, it wasn't. It was domination from Islam, So he's going to have to go away, fight somebody else, potentially a Beneil Dariush. I mean, that would be great for Beneil and great for Charles to try and get back into those conversations.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Beneil. 8-fight winning streak at 155. That's insane. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
It would be, I would feel, I think you're right. I think that's probably the fight that should happen. But then you bring up that he's already won so many times. It's like, how many times can you, how many fight win streak can you go on at 155 realistically? It's tough. Like you're going to get beat eventually at 155. That's just how it is.
Yeah. They were showing it, weren't they, at the broadcast on Saturday night? I think it was Khabib at 12. Charles at 11. It had Tony Ferguson joint at 12 as well. 12 is the longest, and Charles was on 11, bless him, with 10 finishes. But
Islam was at 10.
Islam,
I think.
Is Islam at 10 now?
He's at 10. Yeah. It was the first time. It was the first time in UFC history that two guys that were on double-digit win streaks in the UFC fought for the title.
Right, and that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Do you know, I was kind of shocked, but then in hindsight, I wasn't. But at the time when Charles tapped initially, I was like, fucking hell, he tapped quick there. But, you know the deal. He's locking in the head and arm choke, and he was in half guard. But even still from there, Islam's generated ridiculous power and strength in the squeeze. I mean, come on, you know that guy's going to have a fucking squeeze from hell. And as soon as he passed, Oliveira tapped straight away. But I think because the blood supply was already, it
was already close before he passed, probably.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I expected him to go out, to be honest with you.
You did?
I did. I was like, no, he's not going to tap.
I did a live on my YouTube yesterday, and a lot of people, we did a poll on it, and a lot of people said that he quit. And I was like, no, quitting and submitting aren't the same thing. And, and I know that in some definitions, you could argue that is precisely what they are. But recognizing that you're in a submission move and you're about to go to sleep and there's nothing you can do to get out of it, and recognizing that and quitting are two different things. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's totally different because if he doesn't tap and just goes to sleep, the result of the fight is the same.
Yeah.
So whether you tap or you go, like, would people say if he didn't tap, would people say, well, no, he didn't quit? Because it doesn't really matter because he loses exactly the same.
Yeah, like when I got choked out of Joe St. Pierre, I didn't tap, and I got a little bit of kudos of people for it. They're like, oh man, that was badass, you didn't tap. But it's like, yeah, but the result's still the fucking same.
Did you purposely not tap?
Did I purposely not tap? Well, yeah, of course. I didn't tap, did I? It wasn't by accident. But
no, I mean, well, you know how it is. Sometimes it's more blood than air. And so people are fighting it and then they just go out.
Yeah. Well, that's just what I was about to say there, because for people that have never done jiu-jitsu, we know, don't we, as fighters, when you're in there, you can feel it, and it's a gradual thing, and slowly but surely, like, whoa, 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 whoa. So, like, for people saying, well, of course he quit. I said, no, it's like, well, he tapped because he knew that within another 2 seconds, he's going to be unconscious. So it's like, the game's up. It's done. The better man beat me on the night. And it was lovely to see the respect afterwards from both of them, because there was a little bit of shit talk, but yeah, beautiful. Well done, Islam Makhachev. There is a new champion in the house.
I was so shocked. I don't know, like sitting in the hotel afterwards, and just how wrong I was. I just and maybe I just committed too hard to like not doubting Charles anymore. In like the areas where I was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. Like, you know what? There you go. You're doubting him again. You got to be a believer. You got to believe in him. And then afterwards, I'm like, you idiot. You knew how this was going to go.
I'm just looking for one of the tweets that I got yesterday. I mean, my God, it was,
it was pretty ugly.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. I would like Bisping to apologize to Khabib and Islam for saying that gibberish that he did the other day. I will be honest, I was a fan, but now I am disgusted by your words. How dare you put Charles in front of Khabib when it comes to accolades? I'm trying hard not to disrespect you. Well, you pretty much did that because you just said you were disgusted. And I said, whoa, relax. There was zero disrespect. And I said, if he beats Islam, he didn't. Case closed. Now, please close your mouth.
I agree with you,
And
Mike.
that was my point. If Charles had to continue to rock up the victories, there has to be a discussion. But he didn't. He got beat convincingly. You know what I mean? And there is no more discussion.